Z1620 here, and I'm super excited to bring you guys another video in my series where we go through viewer builds that you guys leave down in the comments below. So this one today is going to be the TR-76 Geist. I'm super excited to be able to run these, and these are tons of fun for me, so do keep up the comments and the weapon suggestions in the comments below, as that is tons of fun. Now, if you guys are new around here and you're interested to find out how weapons work inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, including the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, aftermarket parts, kits, and conversions, then you're definitely in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss out any future uploads for myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, if you really like zombies and want to check out some custom zombies, I do stream those, so in the links down below you will find the links for my streams, and I'd just be absolutely honored to have you guys come in and check out the streams. It'd be tons of fun. Now, without further ado, we're going to go through the TR-76 Geist today. We're going to be taking it through all three zones, taking on bounties all the way through. We're also going to be testing out how it works with mags of holding and without mags of holding, so make sure you stick through the entire video to check out that. Now, without further ado, let's get to the TR-76 Geist review video today. Alright, so here we are. We're going to be spawning in, and a big thank you for the suggestion to try out the TR-76 Geist, which is what we're going to be looking at here. I have the spawn blueprint on it from MW2, as well as a Ryan camo, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. What a combination. So we're going to be keeping that on the weapon today for sure. Now, as we spawn in, we definitely put on all of our perks. I've got a couple extras. We got the Aether Blade, Golden Armor Plate, sorry, and mags of holding for later on. So first thing we're going to do is just going to put on our perks and go find a bounty inside of tier 1 and see how the weapon performs without anything on it at all. Now, I do want to thank you guys. Recently we had just crossed the 1700 subscriber mark on the channel. You guys are absolutely crushing it. Thank you so very much. The growth has been through the roof. I honestly can't thank you all enough for that. So let's continue to push on, and we'll see just how fast we can get to 2K subs on the channel. So thank you again. Thank you. Alright, so let's get to our bounty here inside of tier 1. Now, I could already tell just off the hop that, number one, this gun is pretty much a laser beam, which is absolutely amazing. So stick around for the build for that, as I definitely put that in the video. And I was really impressed with the critical damage we were getting here with no attachments, like nothing as far as, you know, pack-a-punch, ammo mods, or any legendary tools or anything like that. It's just a base gun. And I was really impressed with just how strong this was. And anytime I do a tier 1 bounty, you know, at the start of the match with only my perks on, I'm always really excited to see the damage output on critical hits, to see, you know, what kind of a match I'm going to be having. Is it going to be a struggle to get through the contracts or not? And with this gun, I was already impressed. This is a great suggestion, so thank you so much. So there we are. We finished him off. We got some good loot. We got a schematic we were going to try and get rid of, and another perk that I needed. The next thing to do is to go over to the pack-a-punch machine to make sure we melee it, to keep that beautiful camo on it, and pack-a-punch it to tier 1. Then I wanted to go and grab another bounty contract inside of tier 1 and see what the difference was, because the first bounty contract wasn't too bad, wasn't too much of a struggle, but then we have pack-a-punch on this now, and I wanted to see just how much better pack-a-punch makes, you know, with, again, no ammo mods and no weapon rarity, just pack. And holy smokes, I was literally able to just stand and shoot this mimic down in one magazine. I had 7 rounds left, and that is remarkable. So at this point, now I'm getting really excited. I wanted to check out and see what this weapon can do. So I didn't have an ammo mod to bring in, just didn't have enough room in my backpack for one today. So we're going to be running around most of the match without one. I do end up picking up dead wire, I believe, later on when we get into tier 3. So we picked up our second bounty here, and this is a mangler. And I wanted to go see what we can do. We're now legendary pack 1. So, oh, I managed to miss that one. So we skipped that. We went straight into tier 2. My bad. And we picked up a tier 2 bounty. We're legendary pack 1. And so let's go see how this does here inside of tier 2 with legendary pack 1 TR-76 Geist. We don't have an ammo mod on it at all. And I was impressed. Like, this mimic, I don't know what happened here. Also, all the zombies, everything just kind of stood there for a minute. It was really odd. I don't understand what was going on. Anyway, it worked out great for the weapon review. I was able to show you guys exactly the critical damage, and you can see his health bar and just how much critical damage the bullets are doing. So it was awesome for that, but very odd, very odd. The loot, I don't even want to speak about it. A green tool, come on now. That is just no bueno whatsoever. So the next thing we need to do is go over and find ourselves Pack-a-Punch in tier 2. We want to get this weapon to pack 2 and see what we can do with a bounty inside of tier 2. So we got another bounty here and we went and picked that up, and I'm curious to see just how strong PAP 2 is inside of tier 2. This is where I feel like a lot of players are going to spend most of their time, and is pack 2 with either, you know, epic or rare or legendary tools playing around inside of tier 2. And here is exactly why I don't like Disciples. Where did he go? Anyway, we found him outside, and you can see this was doing an incredible damage against the Disciple inside tier 2. I was really impressed with this. Like, this is definitely something that's going to be viable if you want to have, you know, just a different weapon to use, or you're going after the bioluminescent grind and you want to check out, you know, some strong weapons to use. From MW2, the TR-76 Geist is definitely going to be one of those ones for you. Excuse me. So now we needed to go off to tier 3. I wanted to get my perks, so we went to the perk machine and got all the perks that we were missing. I did throw on my pack 3 crystal right before we headed off into tier 3, and now it's time to find out what this weapon can do. So who do we go visit? Zhorde. Why? Because the contracts were just getting taken fast and furious inside of tier 3 today, which is becoming more and more common. Let me know down in the comments if you guys feel the same way, that they simply need to increase the number of contracts inside of tier 3. If there's going to be this many players and this many teams in tier 3, it's definitely going to be a needed, you know, update to give us some more stuff and more contracts to do inside of tier 3. So hopefully that can come with the Season 3 Reloaded update. But you can see here the damage we were doing to Zhorde was just absolutely amazing. The critical damage with this weapon is awesome. And I don't have an ammo mod on here. I didn't bring in Napalm Burst, which is what I usually run with, and I feel like that would have definitely made this even faster. So for sure, definitely we'll put on an ammo mod, and I think it'll definitely increase the damage. But you can see, like, this was quick. Zhorde didn't have much of a chance. We got him into my cheese spot, and he just kind of stood there and took all the damage I dished out to him. Went and checked out his loot. This is where I picked up my ammo mod finally. We got dead wire, which we put on, which was actually kind of handy later on in the match. So now we went and put on Mags of Holding. So it's time to see what we can do with Mags of Holding. I managed to find a bounty contract and pick one up, which was awesome, because I was really having a struggle finding contracts today inside of tier 3. And so now we're going to go off and see what we can do with this contract. However, it was a Disciple, and there was so many zombies right there. I decided to run around and clear them out a little bit before I got into the fight. And I had a player here helping me for a bit, because Disciples for me, as you know, are just like the most annoying bounties to deal with in the game. That's just my personal opinion. If you agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments. But I just really dread dealing with Disciples, especially a tier 3 Disciple in this location. I feel like this location inside of tier 3 is definitely one of the busiest locations, where there's just zombies spawning from all kinds of places, the buildings, the open area behind you. It's just absolutely insane, and to have a Disciple in here was just like an absolute nightmare. But we managed to get through it. We're working through. We're over halfway through his health now. You can tell the critical damage with Deadwire on this Disciple is truly astonishing. Like, this weapon is awesome for tier 3, definitely. The zombies don't have much of a chance with this weapon at all. It's pretty easy and going for crowd control inside of tier 3. But I wanted to show you guys the Disciple and the epic loot we got, a pack 2 crystal and the epic tool plans, which was awesome. Unfortunately, I was unable to give away any of the plans. I think I swapped plans at Xville with another player who needed the epic tool plans, and then he ended up swapping them and dropped his PAP 1 schematic, which I didn't need because I have them all. And then I had a Mega Abomination here I was ready to show you guys with Mags of Holding, and he just decided to evaporate into thin air. I don't understand. Anyway, I got the raid weapon stash contract that was sitting there by the ammo cache, and decided to run that one for you guys to grab some more, you know, points and essence and stuff like that, and see if I can get another bounty contract. And I also wanted to show you guys in this location, when I'm doing the raid weapon stash, if I have the ether blade, I usually just run the ether blade just standing right here. It's all I do for the whole time. We finished off that the mangler that showed up. We checked out the loot inside of the raid weapon stash, which wasn't too bad, but I didn't actually need any of it. I have a sigil, and I was full on my backpack, so I just left all that loot. Then after that, it was to show you guys some crowd control with the TR-76 Geist Max Pack-a-Punch Legendary with Deadwire inside of tier 3. Is this viable for crowd control inside of tier 3? 100%. This thing will absolutely melt. Obviously, Mags of Holding makes it, you know, a lot better because you don't have to reload, but again, even without mags of holding, this is definitely something that is viable inside of tier 3. It is very, very strong. Is it up there with some of the strongest weapons in the game, the top 5 weapons in the game? I would probably say no, but it is definitely a viable weapon to use in all 3 tiers. Probably would work just as well inside of the Dark Aether as well. I definitely recommend this weapon. The comment suggestions for weapons, you guys are coming up with some hidden gems for sure. So keep it up. Now I wanted to show you guys this entire fight here with Zhorde, using this path that I found here, where I can control where Zhorde is going, how far he comes towards me. I can kind of control his movement from here because he does not come up this path, which is absolutely awesome. You can see here he's firing off a second laser attack, which we got cleared out his second head with. He's heading back away, but as soon as I move forward, I can get Zhorde to come and attack me again and focus his energy on me. You see he tried to turn around and leave. I move forward, he turns around and comes back towards me. I back up, he walks away. So it's an awesome way to control your Mega Abominations in this area. So if you have a bounty contract that's a Mega Abomination and it spawns anywhere near this area, you can get them to follow you to here, and then you can be in control of the movement of your Mega Abomination, which makes the fight just a whole heck of a lot easier. Zhorde fires up his last laser attack here, which was a big mistake. Poor Zhorde, always getting wrecked. I did it twice in this match, but you know, we got to do it for testing. It's all in the name of science. Zhorde understands, I believe. He got a vacation. He may have got fired or suspended, but either way, Zhorde is here and he's game for the fight, so we'll continue to do that. At this point, as you can see on the clock, we were definitely running out of time. I managed to exfil with just under 8 minutes to go, which is awesome. Continue to push up that exfil streak on my main character, which I'm working on. And we got out, and I think we got up, we're nearing 550 containment level, which is pretty awesome on my main character. And as always, at the end of the video, this is the weapon build. Let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions so we can all work together to come up with one amazing build for us all to use. Other than that, we'll catch you guys in the next one.